Hey,
What's up? Episode 25.
Man, we getting old.
the
We
one about
get we are
24, 25.
25.
Okay, say 24 at the top.
Does it? It's a
Yeah.
typo. Hold on, give me what?
It's all
Look,
good.
look. Watch.
We'll never recover.
Edit.
I know.
I don't know
We'll
what
never
you're
financially
talking
recover
about.
from this.
don't plug
I
us.
don't know
We're fucking
what
up.
you're talking about. It says episode 25. Like you guys are
Still says
tripping
24.
right now.
I see the number.
It does not.
twice.
What are you
Oh!
talking
I
about?
was
It
wrong.
says
My bad. It says
25.
25.
There. I was expecting you to change the graphic for wrestling news. Then, like,
But no.
hold on. Yeah, it says 25.
Oh,
Yeah, we 25 episodes, man. That's
and we still
something.
talking. And we still talking.
Yeah. Yeah, like we haven't got tired of each other much.
We're talking loud. We ain't saying nothing.
I mean, as usual.
I think Freshly Shaved is here just to talk about John Cena's return. I know he's a big fan.
Not really.
I mean, they said after that announcement, they let me turn that off. That they sold 4,000 more tickets than they had before John Cena's announcement. So
That don't surprise me at all. I would have thought it was one of those Goldberg and Atlanta type deals. Like, oh shit, he's fighting for the title tomorrow.
right.
Boom, tickets are gone. I mean, Cena's
We don't know the real reason that a lot of people are those tickets sold.
Right?
Oh,
Like
God.
I mean, it's just another one of those where we'll see what he does. I like him. Just I think the pairing with the Miz is a good one because I mean, if you let's be real, Miz has the ability to get just about anybody over.
Yeah, he's got the pull.
So
But, I mean, has
I guess he's a replacement for Tommaso Ciampa.
I mean, and
back.
I don't know. He was injured. He just had surgery.
Always injured.
Yeah, surgery for like a injury that he's had for a while, I believe.
He comes
What
back.
does
Hip
he-
surgery or something.
What's the history of the Mrs. Lackeys going on to individual success?
I mean, they've all been champions.
This guy was in NWA. Does that count for anything?
Yeah.
I
Champions
mean,
winner.
but Mizdow was
definitely my
probably the best one.
A-Rod didn't win nothing.
Well, yeah, that I think that was like the first failure.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. NXT, right?
There you go. That's his
Yeah.
rookie.
Right. Yeah, that was his best one. But after that, Mizdow, because Damian Sandow was getting stale, but then once he did that Mizdow, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this will be good. I guess our returns aren't done. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where Bronson Reed goes. The Miz also needed somebody because he's at his best when he's paired with somebody, like somebody he can play off of. So we'll see if
Can we
Bronson
bring
Reed
White
can
back
handle it.
then? I mean, that's at least fun combination to watch / look at.
Yeah, true. Did you see that picture that she posted?
Yeah, I mean, they made me go do it. I don't know if it was during SmackDown or
Right.
during the match. They're like, yeah, I saw the picture you posted on Instagram. I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, then you go look. Yeah,
You fucking got me.
Yep, they knew what they were doing. But I want to talk about Booker T real quick because I think he's been a really good addition to the NXT commentary team. Because that honestly, just listening to him on the commentary table is just one of the best things that could have happened to NXT, but nothing will top this one. There's a reason I bring Booker up. Nothing tops this though. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is-
Boom! Booker T gets out with a big shot shot. Boom! Booker T with a big another big shot shot. Boom! Big Booker T. Booker Booker T just pulled Creed up. Booker T is pulling Creed up right now. He's gonna hit him with that big thrust kick. Oh, Booker T just caught Creed with that big thrust kick. What the hell is going
Like
on?
only Booker T.
I vaguely remember this.
Speedy's standing there. Speedy's down.
He's down.
He's got a big kick set up. Boy, he's gonna catch him in. He's gonna get. Oh!
Well, it looks like the main event mafia continues.
Booker T's a
Reign
man.
tonight in the Impact.
What the hell?
Always mark for somebody who does
And-
during a beatdown.
And I low key want them to kind of recreate that since Xavier Woods is down in NXT as a tag team champion, and that there's this little beef that they got going on. But I think it'll be funny. I think I just think that Booker T is just one of the best people on the mic. Not too many people are as versatile as Booker T is when it comes to talking on, like, you can put him anywhere and Booker T will shine. But I'm also glad that he has his protege down in NXT that he gets to kind of watch, because I don't know if you guys watched it last night, but they kind of did like a little interview between Roxanne and Booker, and they kind of talked about their past and just the things that I guess what Roxanne has to kind of do from here on out to stay champion. So we'll see, do that. Yes, we need that, and then they
That's
can
quite
go
the
head to
reveal,
head.
bro. You left the whole show just to come back with a new tagline.
All
I was
right,
always there.
it's just like bloop. But NXT has some good stuff this week. The women's triple threat tag team match for the titles were pretty good. Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons. Carmelo Hayes and Axiom, though. That, if you haven't watched that match, I highly recommend that you go and watch that match, because it was a great match. Like, it was like they're really showing that they need to have a cruiserweight division again, where you can just put the focus. And I think it could do better as long as it stays, with NXT instead of being like its own show. But I think they could pull it off. But I do highly recommend watching that match. But let's shoot over to Dynamite real quick, because I do want to spend this episode primarily focusing on kind of our moments of the year, because there's a lot of wrestling that happened before we started this podcast. So it'll be interesting to see if we can remember a lot of that stuff and then talk about it.
I already got
Please
mine
come back.
right now.
Moment
So
of the year. I'm calling it right now. Going to be the biggest SmackDown ratings they've had in 15 months at least, guaranteed. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't actually think that that's the moment of the year, but I guarantee those ratings will be off the fucking roof.
Yeah, SmackDown has definitely, that's been the show for the past year. Because Monday Night Raw has had more ups and downs than SmackDown has had. And I think a lot of that has to do with Sami Zayn. And others, of course, but
I think not having a heavyweight champion affects things greatly.
yeah, on Raw.
I think filling 3 hours is completely different than filling 2 hours. I mean, I feel like when I watch Raw, I pity the person that doesn't have a fast forward button. Like, I know I don't need you to show me what happened last week. I know you're showing it for other people, but for something like I just watched all this. Like, having that fast forward 15 seconds thing, I can actually get through Raw in a decent amount of time. But yeah, I think that not having an actual heavyweight champion and having an extra hour of time to fill, I think waters down the product a little bit, perhaps. SmackDown's always, I mean, I feel like they're running more commercials on Fox than they are on USA. So they're always like every minute on SmackDown, I feel like they've only got X amount of time and they're really trying to fill it in there. And you don't get that sort of push, I'd say, from Raw.
No, but when Raw nails it, they do nail it though. That's the like because it's either there's really no real middle ground. It's either you enjoyed it or you didn't. It was good or it was bad. It's like, okay, well, the first hour or the second hour, I think for the most part, I think this past Monday Night Raw was pretty good.
I was a big fan of Austin Theory giving the fucking bounce out on Seth Rollins. That was I mean, it's set up obviously nicely for the for KO to come out, but like you get the fake coat taken off. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I like that they're doing this kind of Raw versus SmackDown type thing, and then he bounced out. I was like, oh, that is great heel work right there. I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Theory's got a future as a heel. Without those fucking selfies, man. So much respect for him once you put the phone down. Fucking millennials, I tell you what.
It's just hey.
Oh,
isn't he Gen Z anyways?
I don't know.
I don't
names.
know what the classified is.
How about I just say kids these days?
Right,
Shit.
kids these days. But remember, you can't call him kids. He's what does he call himself? That
I
stupid.
think he's a boomer, so.
Yes, he's a boomer. There we go. He is, in fact, a boomer. I think on Dynamite, though, I think Stokely Hathaway had one of my favorite moments of the night.
When he did, is it the shout out to New Jack?
No, that was last week, though. I think.
Oh, sorry.
But this week, Daniel Bryan came out because Bryan Danielson was doing this thing, trying to antagonize MJF. But All Ego Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway came out. And, they're cutting a promo. Ethan Page is talking about, vegetable man over here. You can go do this, do this, do that. And Stokely was like, yeah, you can go and eat your gluten-free glizzies and some other stuff. And then Daniel Bryan was like, look, I'm sorry. Like, there's a couple things. Like, I can't concentrate because your head is just shining right now. And he went in on Stokely Hathaway. And Stokely just looks at him, deadpan face, and he just goes, you raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch. I was like, what? I was not ready for that. But that was like my favorite comeback. He just deadpan, you raggedy bitch. I'm like, look. And then Rick Ross was back. I guess he's the manager of Swerve's new faction, because Swerve has a faction now. I don't know what it's
called. Is it
called?
called Slip Row? Just shout out to his boy falling over the top rope.
You know what's funny?
Top
on
holla.
Monday Night Raw, Jimmy or Jay, I don't know which one, botched the exact same spot. And nobody said a word.
Or bad or whatever.
Botch dollar.
It doesn't matter. He still got caught up on the rope.
Walked away. I could. He got.
What's the double standard here? Like, look, if you're gonna pick on one, you gotta pick on the other.
No, man.
Nobody said anything about.
I've got the license to pick on big dudes. I'm a big dude.
Nope. Okay, yeah, you Mr. Freshly Save? No. Nope.
Hey,
but
you said it was which Uso got caught on the rope?
I don't know which one. I couldn't tell. I think
they do that stuff though. Botch Dollar, he's too big for that, man.
Look.
He could fly the ring, but doing that stuff, he didn't go nowhere when he jumped over that top rope.
That's because his legs gave out.
That motherfucker, man.
That's because
a little bit.
I don't know how many times I've been walking and then my knee just kind of gives out, and I do one of these real quick. Tell me that ain't happened to you where your knee just kind of like
trying to get a 6-inch vertical, man. Those are two different things, man.
Hey, look, if your knee goes out mid jump.
As long as there's not thousands of people and across the world to see it.
But nobody talks about how impressive his landing was. Many people could have landed on the apron or on the floor. My man did a full roll and landed on his feet. Come on now. You got to find a silver lining somewhere. Because most other people would have just been hurt somehow.
He should have used his hands. Like, you're never gonna catch me running and jumping over a fence just like, oh, I got this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
I'm gonna get
Thing
over
is,
that
though,
shit.
He's
Use
done
the
it
rope,
before.
bro.
I've seen him do that same move before. So like it's possible.
It's possible. Not
It's
that-
possible.
just-
Anything is possible.
It just so happened his knee gave out at that point in time.
I think he needs. I think he needs that Sin Cara
How many-
trampoline.
How many botches were in the women's match at
Oh,
Survivor
talking
Series?
about the women's matches.
You grade them with a
Uh, How many botches was in the Akira Tozawa Rhea Ripley match? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he didn't know what to do. Like,
See, you giving him excuses,
Do I hit
you're
her?
fighting a woman. That's not an excuse. That's a reason.
man. I done seen many matches where they knew what they was doing. I don't want to hear it. Okay. I do want to hear it just a little bit, but it's all fun. It's all fun.
It's not fun, man. I'm serious. No.
That I ain't gonna lie. Like I was dead when I saw that when he just kind of rolled over. I'm like, dude, you are a big man. You can't let that happen because you make us all look bad. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move on because the internet is gonna tear you apart. I don't need to. But with these moments, what was that?
And we're continuing to rip on him as part of the internet.
Yep. But at least I defended him.
You tried.
You failed, but you tried.
Oh, I succeeded. You might have failed in your eyes, but in my eyes, I succeeded, and that's all that matters.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, brother, man.
Mm-hmm. But these moments of the year, I think one of my biggest moments, though, was just WrestleMania this year as a whole, because I think it was a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but it was entertaining nonetheless. And it's going to be interesting to see the last, 2 years in a row, the last Vince McMahon WrestleMania and the first Triple H WrestleMania.
Vince is coming back, so we're never going to see that.
Vince is never coming back. Vince,
I don't think the shareholders will let that happen.
if Vince McMahon does come back, I will never watch WWE.
Don't write checks that your ass can't pay out.
Hold on, let me finish. On a Wednesday night ever.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Because there's no. Oh, you slide.
I'm gonna watch AEW on Wednesdays, and that's how it's gonna be. But it is gonna be interesting though, because already every pay-per-view since SummerSlam, because that was the first Triple H era premium live event, right? Was SummerSlam already
Pay-per-view.
premium live pay-per-views, whatever.
Premium live events,
pay-per-views and events. I don't know.
PLEs.
It is too much to keep together between AEW and WWE. Is it a premium live event? Is it a pay-per-view? They need to get together and be consistent with it. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
But
AEW
it's not pay-per-view anymore. That's the thing. That's why, you just subscribe and you get them. There is no AEW service that just gets you
That's true.
all the shit. So there are two totally different things. I get it. It's just fun to make fun of.
I mean, but technically, if you're paying for the subscription, aren't you paying the view?
But not per view.
Yeah, I see. I was hoping you would catch that one.
Oh.
Throw it in there. I was like, is he going to catch it? Same
I think-
wavelengths.
while you're bringing up WrestleMania, I think one of the bigger moments of the year was definitely Austin coming back. And I don't remember what the name of the guy is that he ended up getting into a fight with at WrestleMania. But, I just remember the two of them putting on a fucking barn burner.
Right.
Match. It was just supposed to be a special segment. And Kevin Owens, that's who it was. That's right.
There he is.
Kevin
There
Owens.
it is.
It took you right under 20 minutes.
He just stole the show with Austin, and I think that's definitely
Because
in my
that was
top.
the Sunday night, right?
That was the main event.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That sent everybody home Sunday, happy on Sunday.
I don't think you could have had both Cody and Stone Cold on the same night. Because
You don't want to
I
make
think-
Cody look bad?
I want to give Cody a chance. No, because so far that his return to the WWE, in my opinion, has still been one of the best, if not the best, return of the year.
I'm gonna go Twinkle Toes. Kenny Omega's come back. That was a pretty big fucking deal. MJF, I don't know.
The only reason I don't agree with that one is just because I felt like it was ruined. At the whatever the pay-per-view was when he got suspended after being back for a couple of weeks. So I felt like it was
That's my moment of the year because it fucked everything up for AEW.
yeah, it really did. They're just now really starting to bounce back, in my opinion. Like they've had some really solid dynamites these past couple of weeks.
I think we can thank our wayward sons for that. Really, I mean, they came back.
Oh, hands down! Look what happens when they're around. I'm just saying. And speaking of them, because I was reading that Kenny Omega's contract may be up in January 31st,
That's not
but
true.
it still could have been extended because of his injury, like how WWE freezes contracts while the star is out.
But it's okay when AEW does it.
I didn't say it was wrong with WWE.
A lot of people online
But yeah,
do that stuff too.
yeah, this is true. But if that's the case, because they say he may be waiting for the Young Bucks before he decides where he wants to go. And honestly, in my personal opinion, just because one, I want to see what they can do. Them versus the Bloodline would be an amazing story.
Wait, what if Vince came back and brought the Young Bucks and the Elite with him? What are you gonna do with your watching tendencies then, man? Vince is there, the Elite's there.
Are they on Wednesdays?
Oh, Wednesday's the only day that you promised to. That's right, my bad.
Yeah, exactly. Just on Wednesdays.
They're gonna move main event to Wednesdays.
I don't watch main event as it is. Although I should. I've been hearing there's some good matches. But I want to see what they can do in WWE, and also I feel like they would have then been one of the few people next to actually no, not even AJ. One of the few people to have held championships in New Japan, Impact, AEW, and WWE. Like a lot of I mean, yeah.
I don't understand about that.
That's why I said one of the few people.
I was just throwing one out there that came up.
Can you name that another one?
That's
not Sasha.
That's held a title.
Jericho?
All three of them or two of them?
Jericho,
yeah. Cody.
Finn Balor.
He never wrestled in Impact.
Oh, I don't know Impact. I thought we were just looking
Jericho
for
never held a title in Impact.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
we
we can't
for multi.
No, I was speaking on New
three.
Japan, AEW, Impact, and WWE. So yeah, even with Impact, I don't think FTR held any gold in Impact.
No, they never were in Impact.
So I think they would be the first ones. Next, no, Cody was the first one, but I think they would be like. That would be crazy. Like the first four were Cody, the four people who started AEW. But because they just talked about Rob Van Dam and his multiple championships, and that's what kind of got me thinking about that earlier today. I don't have the list, but it was like a massive list. But I think 2024 is going to be the next big year in wrestling because that's when you're going to get a lot of contracts expiring probably in AEW as well as WWE. I feel like there's a major shakeup
So what you're saying is we should shut the show down for all of 2023?
Oh no, we have to get bigger and better. So
Wait,
by
I
the
thought we were
time,
doing 2022 in review. Why are we on 2023?
Wait,
Look,
Cody,
look.
Cody didn't hold the Impact title. My bad. I'm like 10-second lag.
I thought he did.
No, he was
Cody,
never
Cody
even in that match.
and
Ooh.
Young Bucks never. Cody did wrestle
Okay.
Impact when he
Well,
first left.
he had the NWA title, but I don't know if he had anything when he was in Ring of Honor for what was it, a hot minute with the Bucks.
I
And all
think you
that.
need to change the
Hey,
threshold.
he had the Ring of Honor
between,
title. He had the
You
6-man
know,
title.
like X amount of different.
And then Bucks never held anything in Impact either. So it would be Kenny.
Even when they were Generation Me. Well,
Yeah, it would just be Kenny then.
Yeah,
It would just be Kenny Omega. He may, and he could end up being. Well, he won't be. He could be the first though. Yeah.
Seth, what do you
Kenny.
got for moments of the year? Big impact moments.
I'll be on the. No, not in nothing Impact. I'll be the only one on this.
I don't
team,
mean impact moments. I mean,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like moments.
Well,
you
for
know.
me personally, my favorite of the moment of the year was when Punk won the title at Double or Nothing. Just seeing him come back and win another world title after 9 years, that was good for me. Because for me, like the moments that would stand out that would just ruin was like Cody. Like you knew Cody was going to be there, so it was like big, but it wasn't as big as I thought as it could have been. So stuff like that. And then, like y'all said, Kenny's return getting ruined. So,
I mean, the dirt sheets. I mean, we all check them and read them and like hear about the shit. But yeah, I wouldn't say the internet killed kayfabe, but I very much believe that it had a big, strong role in it. Kayfabe died right around when the internet, really started.
Internet killed the wrestling.
I think though, even though we knew it, it was, at least for me, it was just one of those like refreshing moments. Almost kind of like, the prodigal son returns. Because I feel like
Wayward Sons. Wayward.
Well, no, I want to save that for when they if they make the jump. It's just sad that but it did give us
Mark, what's up, brother?
what's up? 3.
See, I still see for me. I still see Cody as like a tag team champion with Hardcore Holly. Like I still see Cody with Ted DiBiase. Like I just don't see Cody as world champion material. I know he's eventually going to win it because that's what everybody wants, but I don't see Cody as that. I still don't see him as that.
Why?
I just don't. I don't know.
Is his promo? Is his ring work? I mean, he's put in the time. He's got the bloodline.
I just still see him as a hardcore mid carder. Like when he was Ring of Honor world champion, I was like, nah. When he was NWA champion, I was like, nah. That's just me. Like if he had won the AEW world title, it would have been like, yeah. That's just
because he dyes his hair blonde.
No.
I mean, that was part of it for me.
I mean, the only reason I was happy for Cody when he was NWA champion was because it wasn't Nick Aldis with the title for a hot minute.
I know, and he gave it right back.
Now, flash forward a couple of years later, and Tyrus is their champ. Like, what have I done?
Hey, but isn't that dude on ESPN or something though? I think that's
he's on. I know he's on
Fox.
Fox.
He's on Fox. Yeah.
I think I seen him. I saw Tucker Carlson interviewing him just the other day. It was
on Fox.
It's a good
Billy,
time.
what are you doing?
That he knows exactly that NWA is for certain people from what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. Let me not get political.
Well, they were pretty good. I think they were decent when they came back. The COVID just killed them because they lost a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they did.
I watched their show a while.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for me, and it was just like kind of timing wise. I don't know if he had input on the booking, but when Cornette got the boot from NWA, it was kind of like the beginning of the end for it. So I don't know what kind of input he was given, but
I've never really truly watched NWA. I tried, but it was it was so boring. I'm sorry, like it was.
I just like wrestling that's like more in an enclosed space like that because I used to watch the hell out of like old Memphis videos and all that.
Yeah,
where everything takes place in like the same backlot and everything.
Yeah, that's where I first saw Thunder Rosa, Ricky Starks.
I haven't seen
People
Thunder
like
Rosa
that.
live. I want to so bad.
I had seen LA Knight and Impact, so Esley's good.
Nice.
That dude's a good talker.
Oh yeah. Oh, this
Trevor
everything
Murdoch
he's
is
doing
down
with
there.
Bray right now.
Trevor Murdoch, what?
Murdoch was down there too in NWA.
yeah.
So a lot of
2-time
yeah,
world
awesome.
champion.
He was down in NWA.
Trevor Murdoch.
Or Trevor,
Yeah.
Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah, 2-time world champion.
See, he went from being a mid Carter to a world champion.
of a
I wouldn't
company
even.
that
I wouldn't even say the tag team division is a mid Carter.
became a
Because
world
he wasn't you had to think about that one though.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
champion for a
I
company
can
that
remember
that died back in '94.
because he was I can't remember the name of the tag team that he was with.
Cade and
Who?
Murdoch, Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah. Didn't they feud with Crime Time at one point?
Yep,
I think they got him fired too.
I think they did. Yeah,
There was like some heat with like on a house show or something, and they got Crime Time fired.
How
That's
rude.
crazy.
But
That's a really great tag team name. I just want to throw that out there.
yep.
Crime Time.
Crime
should-
Time.
They should have been
Yes.
tag team champions at least one time.
they should have.
At least one Crime Time. Mhm.
I need to see how old he is because the way wrestling is going, I could see if Shad Gaspard's son decides to become a wrestler, that when he gets old enough to wrestle, and if JTG is still wrestling, I see it.
Apparently, JTG has been having some good matches over the last couple of years, but
He's an excellent
I've
shape.
watched a few of them. Yeah.
Was it Biscuits and Gravy? No, that was Jesse and Festus, aka Doc Gallows.
Right.
When the bell rang and he went dumb. Oh my god.
And he went dumb.
Oh my god.
Appreciate that flashback, y'all.
Yeah.
That was, oh,
And I was just thinking about
you
that
know what's
the
a
other
good
day
moment?
watching
If
them
you just have
wrestle.
if you just have to think about it and you fucking laugh like you just saw it again. Oh,
Yeah, that was like what 2007.
Yeah. It was- and didn't he say that Vince forgot that he was Festus when he rehired him? I feel like I saw an interview somewhere where he was like, "Yeah, Vince forgot that I was
that's
Festus."
something to be thankful for if you're him.
I know. I think that's along the lines of what he was like. He's glad that he forgot. If
You know, he
Vince
was,
would have remembered.
You remember that the dude he was taken with was Terry Bam Bam Gordy's kid. I'm like, that does not look like Bam Bam at all. He did not get those genes.
He was what's his name? He was the imposter Kane in 2006. I don't know. Remember if you remember Kane fought another Kane in that summer? That summer, but yeah, that
That's
was
something
him
we
too.
try to
I remember
forget.
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's like fake Diesel and fake Razor. We tried to block that shit out.
Fake
I wasn't around for
I mean,
that.
that was full circle. Kane was fake Diesel.
The OC.
By the way, that's what I expected Kane to look like when he took his mask off.
Same
Like
with
real Kane.
everything.
I mean, the hair was kind of there.
Oh my god!
If only he didn't smear the ashes on his face.
Was it a wet? Never mind.
The biggest letdown to K. I remember when he first unmasked. I was like, this is the guy. This is the guy who's been so like. And then when I found out what his other gimmick was later on, the first
Red Rocket or
dentist,
whatever the fuck
Isaac
it is.
Yankem,
Isaac
yes.
Yankem, baby.
Isaac Yankem.
He should have came back looking like that. Like
And
the
he was
bad
fake
and everything.
Diesel. That's what I was saying before. His first gig was fake Diesel.
Look, this is the one time look at it.
He looks like Daniel Stern.
You could just see that he's shaved. Oh,
So that picture is funny because I have a running joke. I was like, once my hair, like I'm gonna get old, once my hair starts to thin, I am immediately shaving the horseshoe into my head and just rocking straight Kangos. You're just gonna have to learn to deal with it. I'm leaning into it hard. That's all I'm saying.
He looks like he's ready to harass Kevin McAllister.
Tis the season.
Oh my god!
Other big moments on the year.
I think
Ric Flair's retirement match.
Which
yes.
Oh wait.
All of them.
one?
The one where he almost died
They got the Ric Flair thing coming
next Monday.
because their Raw is just going to be like a best of, I think. So, we'll everybody's.
Did anybody watch the Vince McMahon documentary?
I got it in the DVR. I have not pulled the trigger.
I didn't. I heard it was trash.
I heard it was
people
I
say
will
like
better
nothing
TV.
really.
Better
you
TV.
learn-
Fuck the Vince show. Watch the Tales from the Territories.
I heard that's kid.
It's on Vice. Man, every episode is fucking straight bangers. Stories from back in the like 70s and early 80s when nobody gave a fuck. And like there is one that happened. There's a story that happened like, I don't know, 20 miles from my house where dude Ken Patera ended up going to fucking jail for throwing a boulder through a McDonald's window, like right in like a suburb of Milwaukee. It's pretty fucking fantastic. And then there's another one like in Racine, which is just south of Milwaukee, where a biker gang takes out WCW's like biker gang tag team. They're like, oh yeah, buddy, it's good to see you. Come to the clubhouse. And they were gonna murder these fucking dudes. One of them like never walked again. The other one had to swim across. It wasn't the Mississippi. They want to use that just to make it exciting, like across some stupid ass river and like get to freedom to get away from these dudes that were trying to murder them. Like these stories are insane. Sorry. Tales from the Territory, one of my highlights of the year in wrestling. It was a great program.
I have to check that out. 'Cause, I've been looking for some of the older wrestling stories.
I love that, like table for
Check
three
that out.
stuff when you get some of the old dudes together and they, they kind of start telling some of those stories. Oh, there it is. Online, the internet ruining wrestling, man. Like anybody knows who the fuck
I
Glenn
sure didn't
Jacobs
see it.
is. Who the fuck is Glenn Jacobs? They could be like, oh,
Exactly.
Glenn Jacobs. Like,
Good old news boards.
okay. Might as well call him Flob Globlin. I don't know what the fuck that guy is.
Might as well call him Kevin Owens. I don't know the fuck.
Oh, Kevin Owens comes back. All right. I didn't even have to do it.
And he's back.
God,
But
imagine what the internet would have did like late 80s, early 90s wrestling if people actually cared as much as they do now. They're doing what with Terry Taylor? He's dressed as a what?
I got in a lot of
Andy
trouble for
Kaufman
calling the
involved?
wrestling hotline from Grandma's house when I was getting babysat over there. I needed to know what was happening between Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth and Ric Flair. I'm like, ooh, I got my ass tanned for calling the wrestling hotline at Grandma's house. Woo! I had to know. Kayfabe was real.
How big was the bill that you racked up calling that 900 number
Oh, it was easily over $100.
in early 90s money?
There was a wrestling hotline.
No, this was late 80s money I'm talking about, man.
What did that Millennium say?
buddy.
There was a wrestling
Get the
hotline.
fuck out of here.
No, I'm saying that's dope. Like
It sure was.
1-800 wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Get all your wrestling news right here.
It was huge.
1-800 wrestling.
They were pushing it, and I fucking bought it.
Oh, that's dope.
Tell me
That's Twitter nowadays. So it's just-
No, Twitter actually has information on it. This was just an offshoot, a money-making mechanism for fucking WWF at the time. It
it's actually your next door neighbor.
How he was super upset that Ric Flair was talking to Elizabeth.
There's an adult like in the late 80s or 90s calling one of those numbers, but he dials the wrong number. And he's like, why does this hot chick sound like Mean Gene Okerlund?
Ed, why am I excited by it? Is the following.
Right?
Mean Gene's got a voice for telephone. I mean, what can I say?
Anywho,
Holy
any
balls.
other moments? It could be personal moments. It could be
I really
Yeah.
connected with the Maxwell Jacob Friedman character this year.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I really his absence. He was fire before he left, and whatever it is that took him away, his comeback and thwarting to the top of the card, I think is deserved and exciting.
Yeah.
I think they need to stop trying to give his ring away. If they're just going to keep giving it to him, we can just stop having that match. And Maxwell is the one and only fucking Dynamite diamond ring holder. What's he got? Like 4 in a row now?
Yeah.
I was like, I thought they were going to maybe give the ring to Ricky Starks, but then I realized that the belt and the ring were in the
Was
same
on the
match. I
line.
was like,
Yeah.
never mind.
I thought
Yeah.
he might. I thought they could have done something like he won on a DQ or some shit, and they'd be like, "Well, the title doesn't change hands, but shit, you got the ring."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can take
So
that.
Once they said the title was involved, I was like, this dude ain't fucking winning.
Yep.
And they would have promos. I don't know if I was the only one that saw this, but when they would talk about the match, like I don't think they ever once said like it was for the ring and the title. Like one time they would say it's for the diamond ring, and the next time they would say it's for the AEW World Championship, and next thing they say it's for the ring. So I was like, what the fuck is it for? Is it for both? Like,
it wasn't until the night of. I feel like once Host Night turned Dynamite on, they're like, it's for the ring and the bells. I was like,
yeah,
because I think they realized they was messing up. Like it wasn't consistent.
bullshit.
Or that it didn't make sense.
They're like, are we even sure we're having a match still?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, he won the thing and he gets a challenge for the ring, but didn't he just win a match and became the number one contender for the world title as well?
Yeah, that's why I really thought
had
Ethan
separate
Page was
title
going to
matches.
win one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't give them both the Starks because that's just one match then.
Yeah.
You know,
but
let a
they
couple
did.
of Ethan Page, like those are two good people to go at MJF. Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, you know, like that could be a thing, but Ethan Page came up fucking third place time. I thought that was funny.
They could have had Starks win it, get the ring and the title, and then just like do a promo or a segment like a week later saying that he's taking the ring to the pawn shop or something.
Yeah, they could have.
Oh boy. Sorry, I was going on Twitter because there was something I wanted to show y'all, and
Elon Musk stepped down.
I wish Warrior Wrestling announced their upcoming pay-per-view dates, and in March they're coming back to Michigan.
Is that the Max Caster match?
I don't know.
Seth put something up. That was one of Warrior Wrestling's cards.
That was
up.
this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to tell y'all about it because I paid and watched it and everything.
Be a bidding war. I don't think so. I don't think he's leaving.
If they're smart, they would.
I
Play
don't know.
that
I
up.
think what does the MJF pop on a fucking Monday or Friday night look like? Holy shit. Do I believe there's going to be a bidding war? No, but do I think Triple H or Paul or whatever the fuck we're going to call him would be absolutely dumb to not at least throw an offer at the kid?
I
He's
think
a draw.
Depends
what
how he
they
comes
should.
out.
I think what should happen because I feel like this would, and it wouldn't even matter. Like, I guess you could stretch it out, but I feel like there should be a moment of time where he's bouncing back and forth between both shows while that's happening, kind of giving that Rick Rude on Monday
There's no
Nitro
way
same night.
WWE won't let that shit happen. They wouldn't even let Devon go to the fucking ECW show.
But you got to remember, this is 2 years ago.
Open mic.
And this is 2 years from now.
No, yeah.
So who knows? In
No
2
way.
years, we could be looking at a totally different
In
environment.
2 years, Miz is going to need another lackey. So there you go.
I'm just saying though, like I feel like
I think you're gonna
that
see
would
some
be good TV.
I got a feeling.
both
I think they announced they're going to do a 40-man Rumble next year. I saw that. And they're talking about opening a forbidden door. I can see somebody from AEW coming through.
And there's rumor. I don't know how true it is, but there's rumors. Okada keeps popping up. Which I mean, with what they're doing with Carl Anderson, it's possible that somebody from New Japan Pro Wrestling shows up at the Rumble because they already, as of right now, have a working partnership.
And what's his name has been over there doing all the stuff for the like not the tour after what's his name passed away. That
Shinsuke.
He's got some. He's got, I wouldn't say ins obviously, but like that would be a real simple like just come on you three, let's go do this thing for this match, and you could get some Royal Rumble pops. I feel like an actual like ongoing working back and forth shits as we're a long ways away from that.
It would be pretty funny if they got an agreement with New Japan around the same time where Sasha Banks is supposed to make an appearance with them. Like, damn it, I can't escape them.
But yeah, I see your point though. But
I gotta bounce quick. I apologize. Merry holiday,
good, man.
Happy
You're
Christmas
good.
to
Thanks for
everybody.
coming.
But I got out of towners in my house, and I gotta go tend to them a little bit. Much love,
Enjoy.
everybody. Sorry to roll. All
Mhm.
that. Woo 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 woo. All right, y'all. Deuces.
Deuces.
Don't have kids, people.
3 dudes.
3 dudes in wrestling. OG.
But again, I think these next couple of years are just going to be the best years of wrestling that we have had in a very long time. Because it's everywhere. It's literally just everywhere. Like it's so on the main stage right now. Because like I told a guy in college, because he was annoying me, and I knew what to talk about to get him back. But I told him
Wait, you told
that
a guy while in college, or you told a guy who's in college? That was
while in college,
okay.
I told him because he's a big football guy. I said you do realize that more people will watch WrestleMania than watch the Super Bowl. He said no, that'll never. I was like, yeah, they will. Because only Americans and certain in other places will watch it. But wrestling, that's all over the world. So you have multiple countries watching WrestleMania while it's only really just one and a few pockets in other places that watch the Super Bowl.
And a lot of people just watch the Super Bowl sometimes not even for the game, just for like the
For the
halftime.
commercials. Yeah. And so then I had an ex tell me, oh, wrestling is not that big. Look at it now. Like literally, because Vince McMahon was an utter asshole, I feel like it made everything else around it better. And it's just more popular than it has ever been. And I truly am excited for these next couple of years in wrestling across the board because there were a handful of moments this year, but I feel like these next years it's gonna be crazy, man. We're in for a hell of a ride. It's the best time to be a wrestling fan, in my opinion. But that's all I got on that one.
I agree.
But yeah, like I'm trying to find though because I love me a good stunner, cutter, whatever you want to call it. But have you heard of Sol Roca?
I haven't.
She's down in NXT.
I might have seen a match or segment with her and not realize who she was. I'd probably have to see that.
Yeah, I'm about to try to find this. Okay, yeah.
Because NXT, I always feel like every week there's like a one-off person, like, who's that now? And I won't see him again or I won't care.
Yep, here we go. So it is it's gonna be the one that's in the corner.
Right, oh, her, the one with the Hulk Hogan attire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tossing away for Royce. Ruka trying to catch her breath. Oh.
Royce undaunted, continuing the charge.
Defense into offense here, starting to put it back together. Royce looks. Oh!
That was nice.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Tossing away for Royce.
I saw that and I was just like, that was dope. Like,
it's cool, but it's one of those moves where you can only do it so many times because it looks so fake with the setup and everything.
It was just the way that it was done. Because some people trying that, they might botch it. It's not. I don't know how Ember Moon, whatever her name is, does. The Eclipse, but I think it could be one of those ones where she keeps it in her pocket for those situations where she has to put down her opponent. I feel like that could be that type of move where it's like, that what was it like Baron Corbin has what was the one that nobody ever kicked out of? Deep Six?
Yeah.
Where nobody ever kicked out of that. So when he wanted to, put the nail in the coffin, he used the Deep Six. Otherwise he just used the End of Days. Kind of
I'm just-
like that situation.
I'm just mostly fan. Like I like a good cutter, but I like it more of like when it's like out of nowhere. Like I don't really like them when they have like a setup.
Yeah.
Same with like Jay Lethal and his lethal injection.
Yeah, that's understandable. But I feel like with that one,
Unless it's like one
that's a Randy Orton thing. I feel
Yeah,
like.
Randy RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah. So like I feel like that one is exclusive to, especially because of the memes that popped up from. Those were some of the best memes right there, man. That was. I don't know how many people started watching wrestling because of that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But I just wanted to show y'all that because I just thought that it looked cool, but I do see what you're saying with the out of nowhere as well. But there was also another video, and apparently there's a wrestling company somewhere that's letting kids wrestle.
Oh, yeah, that was a good video.
I know there was one
You
like
saw the video where what he did a clean reversed Hurricane Rana, whatever that is.
The one I saw was like a 7-minute video, so that was a lot going on.
Oh, you gonna have to show me that one.
Yeah, it was like the whole match, I think.
This one right here, and I'm getting this from Humble Wrestling on Twitter.
I'm gonna tell my kids this is AEW.
Like
that was nice,
right? Oh my god! Like, look, AEW and WWE start looking now because if those two stick at, we're gonna be sitting here in 10 years talking about those two.
Yeah,
like those two are going to do great things in wrestling if they stick with it.
You always hear about some wrestlers who are like wrestling as early as like 16, 17. I think AEW has a guy lined up who's almost out of high school, is just like 17 going on 18. So, and those
Roxanne
kids,
Perez, yeah, because AEW has Nick White, but you know Roxanne Perez was that one. She started when she was 14, I believe. I believe
she's
she started.
She's 21 now.
Yeah, and Booker T has been there just about the entire time.
I'm gonna get really sick
That's her
of covering
coach.
really quick. I'm just gonna say that right now because every time, even when she's not on camera, they're basically flating her on TV with commentary and all that.
Well, that's because she's the prodigy.
I know.
You got to talk about the prodigy.
Oh, she's only the champion because Mandy Rose showed her butthole and for people.
Look,
she definitely would have won in January.
I know, but
yeah,
at least I would have had some build, a little bit more build to it.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that was a title match. I just saw the after stuff on Facebook was like new NXT Women's Champion. I was like, what?
Yep. Because I don't know why, but apparently also it was Albert. Albert was the coach who told Shawn Michaels about Mandy Rose's
oh yeah
exploits.
Oh,
big
so
old snitch.
He's that guy. You're like, so I heard from somebody that Mandy's got these illicit pictures.
Like, look. Apparently, I already thought she was a millionaire, by the way. But apparently, since she got fired, her manager said she made $500,000 in a week, and that by the end of the year she'll be a self-made millionaire. But I thought she was already a millionaire, wasn't she?
Didn't she do endorsements for an energy drink, or am I thinking of another WWE chick?
Not only that, but for merchandising, toy sales. I already said merchandise. Like she wasn't on the NXT contract. She was on a main roster, so she's on a 90-day non-compete, more than likely.
And the immortal, in the taking words of wisdom from another person who did some tasteless videos back in the day. Work harder, not smarter, brother.
Oh man,
so full, brother.
I'm surprised Titus O'Neil worked with him. I know he didn't. I think I read that he didn't want to work with Hulk Hogan, but did it because his job. The Hardys did start young.
Mm-hmm. They had their own promotion too, Omega, I think, back in the day, or that might have been after that, like a few years later. But it had like them, Shames Helms, a couple guys from the Mean Street Posse.
I follow on TikTok his wife.
Matt Hardy's
wife. Because you kind of, from her point of view, kind of get that behind the scenes look of just who Matt Hardy is as a father, wrestler, all husband, all that stuff. And it's just interesting to get those little bits. You said what?
Well, she's legit crazy as well. So
yeah, I mean, you can see that in some of her videos too. Their daughter's bedroom, which she designed, is completely gothic themed. She calls their daughter a little goth baby. I just like that little look into certain wrestlers' lives. I don't like watching the stuff like Miz and Mrs. I feel like that's too much. This is like the right amount. So check her out.
Means we get to see more Maurice. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true.
You gonna watch? You gonna watch Bianca's and Montez Ford?
Yes.
Oh, why is that? I wonder why. I know why.
But
suspect.
I don't know how many episodes I watch. I'll probably watch like a few, and then
you watch the whole goddamn thing.
Maybe we'll see.
He's like, hey guys, I can't come on the show because they got Bianca and Montel coming on Wednesday night. So
Hulu. So nope, it's a WWE product. I can't watch it on Wednesday.
We'll dedicate like a 45-second bit at the end about it.
Right. But Hardy did start. Was there anybody else that really started? Oh, what was the ECW one where he lied?
Mass transit.
Yeah, the mass transit incident. Mm-hmm. I mean, he of course had a horrible life after that. But I don't blame New Jack because the kid should have lied.
Mm-hmm.
May he rest in peace because I think he passed by now.
You're talking about New Jack. You're talking about New Jack, right?
New Jack gets a pass, but I'm talking about the kid. That was
Eric Kulop, I think his name was Mass Transit.
Yeah, I mean, look,
all because I think it was either one of the Dudleys or Axel Rotten, one of the two no-showed. If that wouldn't have happened,
yeah,
he wouldn't have had an artery in his head cut open.
Oof,
crazy.
But yeah. Again, this year, it's been a good year in wrestling. A lot of unexpectedness across the board happened this year, from Forbidden Door to Cody returning to WWE to
Cody getting injured
to that Hell in a Cell match though. Oh,
my match of the night, match of the year is right there.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say that conversation for next week. But
you'll have to be healthy because I won't be on the show next week. I'll be in Vegas living it up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can take out like 5 minutes to say. Come on,
I don't know what the Wi-Fi is like at the Bunny Ranch.
Right. Look, if you're at the Bunny Ranch, you go right ahead. I am not gonna bother you there.
You're like, hey, didn't I see you on the HBO special 20 years ago, and you're still here? Huh?
Like, right? Like, what are you doing here?
Dead, but everybody else is here.
The same ones, never got new ones. Ugh. Sorry. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year. But yeah, I think next week let's talk about our whatever's of the year. I think between all of us, I don't know what that was. I think between all of us, I think that it's going to be a varied list. So we should have a lot to talk about because I know my wrestler of the year will probably not be the same as your wrestler of the year. Or it could.
Jarrett?
Hell no. But yeah, so that was episode 25 of Four Dudes in Wrestling. This is it for this week. We will catch you guys next time. Four Dudes